Hello and welcome to week 3 of my game dev journey, I suppose. Which, truth be told, I've only had a few days to work on things for the game in the last week or so, which sucks. So we're going to change gears a little bit in compensation, but more on that later. Here's what I did get done over those few days. So I went and made the rest of the models that I had on that picture we had before. So just a bunch of modular components for the base building system, just for prototyping. Some basic forms to get an idea of where things should line up. So here's how they look inside the engine, without any textures. They have a very basic edge map on them, which uses the distance field system, which the material looks like this. Very basic. The way the system works is it creates distance fields for making shadows and things like that. But for this, I'm using them just for a basic edge map. And without it, they would look like this. So no edge map. But anyway, so we have these plugged into our preliminary system just for placing things down. Just to get an idea of where things might line up properly. Kind of like that. And the frame rate's decent, it's just my recording messes things up. So the idea for the base building system is as multi-layered modularity. Like for example, each of these modules have subcomponents that can rearrange themselves based on their context. So whenever you build something next to each other, they kind of rearrange their geometry. There's additional meshes to support that. And then the player doesn't actually have full control over that, which I'm not sure though, he might have one. We'll see. It's all theoretical. I'm not really excited to explain the system much because it's just so early in its development. But once I get it up and running, I'll explain it a little bit more thoroughly. So yeah, not much to see and not much to say due to time constraints. But here's what I'm going to do to solve that problem. So we're going to make our own goal-oriented marathon, which I like to call red pill mode, but most would call it a game jam. Except in this case, it's a system of a game, rather than the whole game itself. I have done similar things in the past, where I have a 1-month time limit to make a coding project or a set of renders. It was painful, but the results speak for themselves. If that's what it takes to overcome ADHD, then so be it. So yeah, we are going to speedrun this thing. I'll probably spread the updates out a little bit more as well. Once a week is a little too often. I'm thinking maybe once a month would make a video worth watching. So here we go with this marathon. I sense frustration and pain in the near future, but whatever it takes. Life is short. So I expect to have a lot more to show next update, which will be in a month rather than a week. Hope not to disappoint. And I wish you luck on your own endeavors.